Hi everyone, it's Irit, and today I have a special tutorial. Why is it special? Because I really love it and I'm very excited about how it turned out. And it's also a pretty long video, so get a cup of coffee because yeah, I'll be talking. We'll see. Maybe I'll put some music if I run out of things to say. Um, so this is another project for Faber Castell Design Memory Craft, and this there's a whole step-by-step tutorial. Besides this video, you can find on the Design Memory Craft a whole photo tutorial and also a list of all the products I used here, so you don't have to worry about that. You can just watch and see how I created this. So I started with watercolor tags, and these are by Prima, and they come in like a little pad, and they're pretty big. And I just thought it would be really fun to use them as a main element in my layout. I'm making a 12 by 12 layout, but I think using these tags really allows me to play and, you know, mix colors and see how things look. And if I don't like it, I can just, you know, flip them over and use the other side, or just grab a new tag and start over. But I'm not, you know, there's less risk here if you're like me and you don't want to waste your 12 by 12 papers, or you're a little bit intimidated. This is a really great way to start with something smaller and then use it on your 12 by 12 layouts. So what I did was just apply the gelatos to the tags. So I applied the gelatos to the watercolor tags pretty generously, and then I added lots of water and just you know, dissolved the color kind of to get a more even look. And I just love these colors. I picked my most favorite colors and shades, and they are so bright and vibrant. It's yeah, just really makes me happy to look at it. And after that was dry, I let it dry completely. I used some stencils and added whipped spackle, which is a very, very light modeling paste. It's very firm but very light, so that's really, really nice. And yeah, I'm gonna let it dry as well. It dries pretty fast. I think in less than half an hour it was dry already. And I'm just showing you, I found this way to clean my stencil. This works really well. You know, put it on a wet on a paper towel and add some water, and with a baby wipe it, and yeah, it was somehow faster than when I usually clean them. So I think it was the paper towel underneath. And after the whipped spackle was dry, I'm adding some more color with gelatos just to add more definition to the edges, and also some kind of watercolor stains on the tag, just to give it more texture and more interest, and make the whipped spackle takes color very well, so just not to leave it so white and stark kind of. So you can see how I'm doing that on all the edges. I slowed down some parts of the video just so, because I thought you can see a little bit better when I'm not quadrupling the speed. And there, I'm using packaging. That's like my favorite technique of all times. And I'm just applying the gelato to the packaging and then adding a little bit water and kind of helping the gelato dissolve into the water. It's really, really simple and very, very easy to make. and then I apply the packaging to my project, and it just adds these stains of color that look very random, and I really haven't found another simple and easy way to get that look. Not that I need another way, but yeah, I just, when I use a brush or something, it does just, sorry, tongue-tied, just doesn't look so random, I guess. And with packaging, it really does. And also here, it doesn't really matter because I'm using watercolor paper, so I can use a lot of water. But when I'm using other papers that don't like so much water, the packaging technique is really, really awesome because you can use a very small amount of water. So your paper will handle it a bit better. And now I'm kind of adding color to the last tag, and this one, I love these colors. It's like this lime green and mint, and when they mix, they create this super bright green. It's just gorgeous, happy colors that make me happy. I said happy already. Anyway, so the next step is to make some embellishment to this layout. And of course, if you have ready-made embellishments, you know, if you're a scrapbooker and you have a stash or something, you can go look in your stash and find things that match. Or a different way to approach this would be to pick some packaging, some embellishments that you would like to use on your layout, and then choose the colors of your gelatos to match. In my case, I just wanted to use those bright colors, so I didn't even look, I didn't know what else I was gonna add to the page. And in that case, a really great way to embellish is to make your own embellishments, and then you can make them whatever colors you want. So I'm again using another one of these watercolor tags and using Stamper's Big Brush pen in black. I'm stamping these flowers. It's a Altenew stamp set, and the Stamper's markers, actually it's a marker, it's not a, well, yeah, they're a marker. I wouldn't call them pens, even though I think it's in the name. I don't know, pen is like smaller, I think. Anyway, the markers have India ink in them, and once they are dry, they are permanent, and as you can see, you can add lots of water on top of them and they will not budge. So you can color your images, you know, with whatever you have. I am using here gelatos and these art grip aquarelle, I want to say. I can't say it with an American accent, I'm sorry. Pencils, and they are watercolor in pencil form, and the colors are lovely and bright, very pigmented. And I'm just playing around and adding some, spritzing some water, and that really helps the color flow and also create a little bit of a messier look. I'm doing this really fast. I'm not paying too much attention to shading or that. I just want some fun, colorful flowers. And you can see you can apply the gelato directly on your paper and then add water, or you can just pick up the color or paint directly with your brush from the gelato. I hope that makes sense. And I'm not sure you can exactly see it, but I'm just taking my brush to the gelato, so and then I apply the color like that. But everything works. Yeah, especially since it's watercolor paper, so it really knows how to it handles. It's a paper, it doesn't know things. It's designed to handle lots of water, and you can really you know, the color kind of blends nicely. You don't get like a streaky look which is I think important if you want to get the right look. So I'm just going to color the last few flowers, and I'm using the same combinations that I used for my tags. So like a lavender and a blue, and then the mint with this yellow green, and the pink and yellow, because I know I will put the flowers on the appropriate tags, and I like all my stuff to color match. So this makes it really, really easy, you know, making your own embellishments, because you know they will match perfectly. And yeah, I really like it. I found this is a really good way to get the pigment off of the pencils. I just hold it really, really close, as you can see here, and kind of touch it with my water brush, and then the pigment just transfers to the paper, and I can move it around with my brush. And then I don't get any lines from the pencil, because yeah, if the pencil is like too sharp, or you hold it, or you use it to like with too much pressure, you might get like lines. And now I'm just showing you that after I cut them out, the flowers, I'm going around with the same big brush pen. It just looks better when the edges are black. And now I'm going to create my background, so to speak, and I'm just using white cardstock, and I'm using the chalkboard paint from Design Memory Craft with a blending tool, and you have to mix the color well before using it. And I'm using again the same stencil that I used on one of the tags, and I'm just adding some black dots on my white paper. I thought it would look fun behind the tags, just to add some contrast. Of course, you can just use white cardstock or pattern paper or whatever. You can do this exact design on journaling, in an art journal, or on a card if you can use a smaller tag. You know, the techniques can be used on any project. I'm just a scrapbooker, so I love working on my 12 by 12 layouts. And now I'm gonna let it dry, and this dried pretty fast. And my next attempt will be to add some splatters, and eventually I succeed. The thing is that the chalkboard paint is very thick. It's lovely black and thick, but you need to add water if you want to get the consistency that allows you to add splatters. But eventually I managed to do that. So after that's all dry, I'm going to adhere my tags to my background, and I let it sit. The tags are because it's watercolor paper, it's heavyweight, and they were a little bit curved because of all the water. So after I adhered them to my background, I just put a pile of, you know, books and stuff on top of it for the night. And then the next day it was perfectly flat. I trimmed it a little bit and mounted it on some pattern paper. You can see it now. It's kind of a distressed, looks like a newspaper print or something. But I liked it because it had black and white. And yeah, and now I'm just arranging the flowers. You can see all the colors are matching, and I added a couple of stickers from an old Amy Tangerine collection. This is called Sketchbook. And I want to thank Kitty Scrapper for reminding me that I had that paper pad in my stash, and I was working on this layout, and then she reminded me of that collection, and I was like, that would work just perfectly. So thank you, Nancy, for that. And yeah, I'm using my hot glue gun. It's just super fast and easy. And I'm adding my flowers, and I'm kind of going with a diagonal, you know, kind of following an imaginary line. And I think that really helps to, you know, guide your eye to the photo. And even though all these colors are super bright, I think still when you look at the page, I think the first thing you see is the photo. And that's always my intention with my layouts. And final touches are just a couple more of these little stickers, of course, trying to match the colors because that's what I love. And this video will soon end. So I really, really hope you enjoyed this. Please check out the Design Memory Craft blog for all the details and all the products and some step-by-step photos. And yeah, if you have any questions, leave me a comment, and I do my best to answer every question I get. So thank you so much for watching and for all your lovely comments and for all the new subscribers. I really, really appreciate it, and I wish you a lovely April. This video should go up on the 30th of March, which is in more than 2 weeks away. I'm recording this on the 14th, and I can't wait to share this project because it's really one of my favorites in, yeah, a long time. It feels very much like me. So yeah, here are some close-ups. You can see how lovely all the colors look. It's just, yeah, it's just so much fun. I love gelatos. But you probably knew that already. So yeah, have a lovely April, Easter, Passover, whatever you're celebrating, and I'll see you soon. Bye.